Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes?
I'm
Well,
a mashed
I mean,
potatoes, and if you add a little pork chop, fried pork chop with it, you got me.
now do you like it with the gravy or just plain?
Both. So I can do both. I can do,
Okay.
and it has sentimental value to me. I think that's why that's my answer.
Now see, I love green beans.
Oh, okay.
My
Okay.
mother makes very good green beans with that smoked turkey meat. So,
See,
and she don't like green beans, but she makes them good, and I have to test it, taste it,
see,
and see how it tastes. Damarka, I'll be like,
see. I'm telling you. So these sides, there's something about these side dishes.
it's the side dishes. It's the
Yeah.
sides. Who is one of your who's your favorite male artist, and who's your favorite female gospel
Oh, so
artist?
gospel.
Or it can be R&B, gospel, whichever artist you love.
Um, two male art. What can I do? Two male
Yes,
artists.
absolutely.
J Moss.
Oh,
Is one of my favorite, and Daryl Coley. Daryl Coley.
Joe Color? That is a good.
Two male artists that just will always be at the top, vocally at the top of my list, always. Female artists, ooh, wow. There's so many y'all bad singing ladies out here in the world, I'm telling you. That's hard.
It's hard.
That's hard. Let me do this. Skillfully, this is not my
Mhm.
favorite. Skillfully, I enjoy Layla Hathaway.
Oh yes, Layla is absolutely
Skillfully, yeah,
amazing.
I do.
Yeah. Jay Moss is actually my favorite male artist. I love Jay Moss since I was a young girl. I've been listening to him.
Listen,
Absolutely.
he is the first artist that got somebody gave when, because I didn't know anything. I'm
Hmm.
from Kentucky originally, so I didn't know. Were taught
Yeah.
how to just flat foot sing. We didn't know too much about no runs. We weren't doing all that. So they gave me a demo. It's back when they had those sleeves, things, and they gave me a demo of Jay Moss, and he actually introduced me to runs and how to. So ever since then, Jay Moss has been my guy.
Oh, he is absolutely amazing. My favorite female artist of all times is nobody but
Oh well,
Kim.
that's a given.
She's my
That's a
favorite.
given. That's a
Kim, she
given.
is just everything. And then as far as anybody else, Brandy, of course.
Oh, I forgot about
Hey,
Brand.
Andrea.
Yes. See, you caught me up because I thought we were just doing gospel or something. I forgot all of it. It's so many.
There's
Why
so
is it
many.
so many ladies that just destroy? I don't
It's so
understand.
many.
It's,
I don't know. Well, I'm good. I'm glad you answered those questions. It's good to know that we're all on the same page when it comes to that, Mr. J Moss. And I hope he is recovering very well. I believe he had surgery or something like that. So big shout out to you, J Moss. If you
shout
see this,
out.
show, we love you. We love you. So listen, we're going to play your single.
Oh.
We have to play this amazing single, and we're gonna come back and just chat and talk a little bit about what's going on in your amazing life. So we'll be right back, everybody. Come on.
All right.
No one can do me like you do. Lord, you are my God. I belong to you. Lord, you are mine. Your love is unfailing. Your grace so amazing. Your power breaks every fetter. Your mercy lasts forever.
Thanks for tuning back into the Mission in Action Live. It's your girl, Ms. Damarka. I am just sitting here. I'm a co-host today. Minister Kevin Brown, he's around, but I'm going to take over just today. I'm so excited because we have Noland Pruitt. I Belong to You. This single is off the chain. Your background singers is killing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Oh
that.
my God. I don't know where
Around
you got this singing from, but they singing. And you, sir, I love your voice. Absolutely amazing. Now, did you write that song?
No, so it was written by a guy named Corey Williams wrote it. I'm releasing an extra EP this year where other two songs I wrote, but I didn't write I Belong to You. Corey Williams wrote that, and it was produced by a guy named Dre Cole.
Okay. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear the rest of the songs because I know you have all of them singles. They all on that too.
They all on every song. I kept them. I didn't want to pay no more people, so I kept the same.
Are you gonna have a single release?
Yes, I have a single release, and we're in the talks of next year doing a live recording.
Woo! Come on. Well, I want to be in the number. You get those dates. I would love to support you. Absolutely.
Come on. All you gotta do is call. We're gonna make it happen for sure.
We're gonna make it happen. So listen, let's talk about a couple little things. I have a couple little questions here for you. Who is Noland Pruitt? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a pistol. No, my boy. I am raised by two. First of all, God-fearing man, a man of God. I'm a realist. I believe that transparency and ministry have to coexist. Wisdom has to coexist somewhere in there. But I think you cannot reach people without transparency. And so I in other words, I love to keep it real. I raised by two amazing, strong parents. Shout out to my mother, Lily Pruitt, my father, Robert Pruitt, City Commissioner Robert Pruitt. Shout out to him. My big sister, Brisha Pruitt. Shout out to the whole family. But I'm raised back with good values. I'm from Henderson. Noland's from Henderson, Kentucky. You probably wouldn't even know where it's at on the map unless you. So if you ever find Evansville, Indiana, right underneath it, Henderson, Kentucky. I am just a person who is trying my best to live the best life I can be and to do what the Lord presents to me. One thing I will say, a lot of things that the Lord has given me to do, it came and found me. I didn't really go out there looking for that because I was looking for something totally different. But the things allowed to come into my life that's in my life now, he came and found me. And so I'm just a person who just goes after whatever falls in my lap that comes from God, and I go after it hard.
Amen. I love that. I absolutely love people that just let God do what he gonna do.
Oh yeah.
You know, quit and don't try to please people. Just let God do what he gonna do. He gonna make the ways. He gonna open up the doors. But I think sometimes we get so impatient because we see others. They're doing it. You know, when is it gonna be my turn? It's gonna happen. He ain't forgot about you. You know, his word never comes back void. So I'm excited about you. Yes, sir. My grandmother is from Kentucky, but she's from Kentucky. I can definitely find out and see. I don't know that name.
Right. Oh, you know.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
But you may be cousins. You may be a cousin. We never know.
Listen, we might be. She's like, you know, the Curtis side of the family. So, yeah. Yep. See, we're gonna have to dig into that. Another question I wanted to ask you, what was the drive behind you creating your very own podcast called Real Talk?
Wow. Real Talk, of course, maybe 6 years old, 5 years old. Well, what had happened, I was in college, shout out to my alma mater, Kentucky State University, HBCU. I was in college, and this guy, this artist, Ricky Dillard in New G, was looking for singers. And one day my friends was like, we was in the library. I laugh at it now. We was in the library, and they was like, we should send our tape in. So I sent my tape in. By the Lord's grace, I was accepted into the choir. And so people always said, I love talking to you, Noland. I love talking to you. Like you can get stuff out of people that other people can't. And so I said, oh, okay, well, that's just who I am, And so what happened, we were going to different concerts, we were going to different venues, and I was backstage with a bunch of artists. And I was like, I should be talking to these people back here.
Yeah.
It started from the relationships I made because of the platform with Ricky Dillon and New G. Shout out to Ricky Dillon and New G.
Yes.
I was even blessed to be a featured soloist on the last album, Live 10, track number 14, shameless plug. So it started just from that, just from getting these connections, hitting them up on, I wasn't scared. Let me share this with you. I was not scared to reach out to them in their inboxes and say, hey, we met in Detroit. We met here. Would you like to, come on and have my own show? And it just grew from that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that CD is dope too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. There is just so many things that God is doing for a lot of us, and you try to reach. Sometimes it can be a struggle for some of us as artists, because some people you be trying to reach out and connect to them, and they just won't. They don't want to be bothered with a lot of people. But different podcasts and different talk shows have been created even now since the pandemic has taken place. There's so many great things that's going on. I have a shirt line and different things I've been working on the low. And so yeah, I would love to I gotta tune into your podcast. Now, what days do it come on?
So we do every other Thursday. We used to do every Thursday. So it's every other Thursday. And my show really pertains to just like this amazing platform, Mission in Action. We interview. We're not so much caught into the hottest topics and try to expose people. I try to stay away from that whole thing, even though we do discuss real talk. And let me share a fun fact about real talk. It's spelled REEL, as in a movie reel, because I was acting for a long time. And so I said, let me incorporate these two worlds together. But we just interview, try to uplift more. We don't want you coming on here telling who's your baby daddy and we don't want all that. We just want to uplift. Now, if the truth and the real happens to come out, then that's one thing. That's one thing. But we just that's one thing. But we just focus on lifting the person that comes on the show.
And that's good. It's about uplifting people, because I'd be so tired of seeing negative stuff online or foolishness. Like, what are we talking about? There's so much going on. We need to really be pushing each other, uplifting each other, stop all of the fighting and the backbiting and the gossiping. So yeah, that's a good thing.
Well, and here's the thing, if I may add to that. Here's, after you expose somebody, my question always becomes, then what happened? What are we supposed to do next? Like, now that you've exposed them, now that you've done whatever, because you expose them because you're really mad at them or whatever. Now that you expose them, are we, what happens next? Like, what do your outcome want to be? So my thing is, I'm not into that whole exposing thing like that. Listen, let's uplift, because we only got one life, and let's live it the best we can.
One life, because see, those people, and when it's your time and you get exposed, you're gonna be real hurt when somebody uncover your foolishness or whatever it is that you're doing. It's gonna come around.
It's gonna come around.
I don't get involved in that mess. I be like, hey, so keep that over there. I got my own thing going on. Absolutely.
Right. That's right.
Listen, were there a lot of people in your life that invested in your dreams and your success? Different ones? Was it like family members or friends that pushed you?
My mother, my father, and my sister, and my Aunt Gloria. Shout out to my Aunt Gloria.
Hey, Auntie.
Yeah, hey, Auntie. You would love you some. I've even thinking about bringing her on to Real Talk, because she's a show by herself. And of course my other people in my family, but those core, I call them my power base. It's 5 of us. So me, myself, and then my Aunt Gloria. Because I come from a small town, at the age of 8, I opened up for Dr. Bobby Jones in the Nashville Super Choir. So I was exposed to things, kind of seeing things that were different from what was in my hometown. And I will always go to and I hope I answer. I'm going the long way to answer your question, but it will make sense. It makes sense to the answer. I will to my parents and say, can you take me to Nashville? Can you take me here? Can you take me there? They had no idea about these places. They first found out. They know more gospel artist people now because of what I'm doing now than they ever did in their whole life. Like they knew who Kurt Franklin, like the main people were.
Right.
But I would always go to them. And let me say this to you, Miss D, and I named you Miss D now. Let me say this to you, Miss D. They never not supported. Now sometimes they would say no, because you can't just have a child always being a yes parent, right? But they never discouraged me and made me feel bad about dreaming big.
That's good.
They probably said, no, baby, we can't take you at this time because we don't know who those people are. We need to research what's going on. But they knew I had a gift. And they always, my parents never, and let me say this, I never seen them really put themselves over us. They would take care of themselves by self-maintenance, self-care. But anything that me and my sister needed to achieve, they would make it happen for us. So they had listen, I was at 15 years old at Mount Zion Church in Nashville, Bishop Joseph Walker, singing behind Dr. Judas McAllister at 15. I don't even know how I ended up there, but I had a desire to get out of my hometown and just, so to answer your question, my parents, if it were not for them, I wouldn't be here.
That's a good thing. I love when your family can push you, especially the ones that you really, really love. Oh my God, I really enjoyed what you just said. That's actually a blessing to have a mother and father and your sister and your auntie.
Yes.
I have an auntie. I have my mom's sister. She is my favorite aunt, and she, raised me up in the church with her. And to this day, she will always give me hugs and love on me and push me. She said, "You're more. You more than just singing. And you is a powerful preaching woman of God." I said, she's like, it ain't up to what you don't want to hear, because it's gonna come out and God gonna make it happen. So I appreciate people, like that. That's actually absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for saying that. I want to talk to you real quick before I let you go about this conference, I Matter Creatives Gathering. Where did you birth that name from?
So it was in a place where I think Michael Brown was the big thing then. Michael Brown, the young African-American male that got killed in St. Couis. So if you're from Henderson, Kentucky, even though people think Kentucky is the South, we're really the Midwest, because where I'm from, we were just like a couple hours from St. Louis, a couple hours from Nashville. Like we were just in the middle of everything. And so at that time, the president of the NAACP in my area was looking to do something for the youth. And so a guy called me. He said, "Hey, Nolan, would you be interested in doing this whole event?" I wasn't even thinking about it. And that's why I mentioned earlier, the Lord has a way of making it appear what he wants you to do, making it appear before your eyes, because it has to become real to you before it can become real.
Absolutely.
You have to believe it before you can even go after it, right? So I was sitting literally in my living room at my mom and dad's house, chilling, and got a call, and I Matter, because there was so much going on with that movement. We were saying that Black Lives Matter. So I said, let me go ahead with the I Matter thing, and it just turned into a whole what it is today.
I see. I'm looking at the flyer. June 4th through the 5th.
June and 5th.
In Atlanta, you have some amazing people on this flyer that I see. Can you talk to me about a couple of these artists and what's going to take place at some of the workshops that you have going on?
Of course. So I Matter is a 2-day event. So Friday night is going to be the kickoff service. So I want everybody that can, first of all, after this show, you should be making plans to be at the I Matter Creatives Conference. It's for all creatives. So it's for actors, singers, entrepreneurs, preachers, whatever God is giving you creatively. It's a 2-day event where you can have an iron sharpens iron experience. So if you come as D and you should leave I Matter without 10 people buying a book from you. And let me say this to the leeches out. Oh, I'm getting in trouble already, right? You should not come to I Matter with the intention in the heart to sow into somebody. You should sow into other people, because that's how you get your blessing as well when you come to these networking events. And so I just had to say that humbly. So it's a 2-day event. Friday night's the kickoff service. Pastor Shaman Scales, which is on the flyer, an amazing preacher. He'll be there. The singing is second to none. Ms. D, I know you appreciate that. The singing, we purposely put so much work and effort into the singing